This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 909 of Horse Tip Daily. A different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you, one day at a time. Greetings, horse people. Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily. Today's tip is an excerpt from the Horse Health Report on the Horses in the Morning show. The Hit'em crew is joined by Shelley Smith of Stanley Forage to talk about hay and forage. We'll cover some of the reasons hay is such a regionally diverse product, the different types of forage available, and why you might make a particular forage choice. We'll find out after this from Equestrian Collections.
Hi, Glenn here with the Horse Radio Network, and I'm back in 2014 with Debbie from Equestrian Collections with another year of great products. What do we have this week, Debbie?
Well, first of all, Happy New Year. It's been a great Christmas, and we're here in the Mid-Atlantic, and so we're freezing, but we are happy to start thinking about riding again. Hopefully the weather will turn soon. And the first product I have this month is for the Dapple Equine one-piece jump cups. We offer these in three different styles for three different types of jumps. One is for gates and planks, those kinds of things that look like a plank that you set them in. One is for round rails, and one is for the lighter PVC standards. These, all three are designed just a little bit different for each one of those types of jumps, poles and gates and things like that. But the thing about this that's so great is you can do it one-handed, so that when you have your horse with you, you don't have to stop everything and drop it and look for pins and get the pins moved. You can do it with one hand. It's also made in the United States of America, which everybody is always looking for. It's got a rubber coating. It is made of steel with a rubber coating, so there's no rotting, no problems with ice. Doesn't matter how cold it is. You can leave them out all the time, and they will be the exact same way that they were the last time you used them. It's sort of a unique design, and I think it's really cool that they're uniquely designed for the different types of jumps. And but the biggest thing is that you can do everything with one hand. So you can, if you're riding by yourself and you're practicing, you don't have your trainer there with you, you got to get off and do all this stuff to move jumps around, and this just makes it just a little bit easier. They're $23.99, and they do come in pairs.
Very good. I love these. I wish we'd had these when my wife was doing eventing, because I was the one that had to do the jumps. So I know exactly what you're talking about. This is great. It's Dapple Equine one-piece jump cups. You can get them for all different types of jumps. Just head on over to equestriancollections.com and type in Dapple Equine jump cup, and they'll all the different choices will come up. And you'll find them all. Good price, too. Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you, Glenn.
EquestrianCollections.com.
So, Shelley, can the words hay and forage be used interchangeably? Because I know some things you call forage and some things you call hay. Or are there specific circumstances under which one is correct and one is not?
We use the word forage because it allows us to refer to not only your traditional 2-string or 3-string bale of hay that you are accustomed to, but also the other products which are a processed form of hay. But hay and forage can be used interchangeably. Roughage, which we also do a little bit with roughage, cannot necessarily all be used interchangeably with forage. Roughage would refer to items such as beet pulp pellets and beet pulp shreds.
I see in your website you talk about noxious weed-free forage, and so we've all gotten hay before that have had tons of weeds in it, and I assume that's what you're referring to is your quality control, making sure that doesn't happen.
Certified noxious weed-free forage originates with the state of Idaho. The state of Idaho, Wyoming, Washington, the northwestern states, which are renowned for growing the best forage anywhere in the world, have a certified noxious weed-free program. And that is run by the state in conjunction with the Bureau of Land Management and the forestry program, the U.S. Forestry. And the purpose of providing a certified noxious weed-free program is those individuals who choose to trail ride or backpack camp with their horses in places like Yellowstone, they can provide a forage that protects the actual lands and the forestry in which they are traveling. So it is required that you feed your horse before you go camping through Yellowstone, horseback riding through Yellowstone, or any of the Bureau of Land Management regulated forest areas. It is required that 3 days prior you provide your horse with a certified noxious weed-free forage, and throughout the period of time which you are in the forest or the Bureau of Land Management regulated areas, that you continue to feed them that type of product. So
I didn't know that.
It's more to protect the land than it is, and keep an introduction for noxious weeds in those areas.
What weeds are we talking about with noxious weeds?
It's a pretty extensive list. Idaho has one of the longest lists, and we're talking about things like Horiolisum is an example, perennial pepperweed, the various types of thistle, and the list, like I said, it contains 64 different varieties of noxious weeds.
Oh, wow.
I know, Shelley, that you work with a certain section within the United States, but overall in the United States, are baled hays or bagged hays or pelleted or cubed hays, is that something that you can say, overall nationally people tend to buy more baled hay than cubed, or is that very regionalized as far as what we prefer to buy as horse owners?
It is regional. The preference that people have in the southeast or in the southern United States can be quite different than what you see in the northern or central portion of the United States. And a lot of it is the human preference and is based on what they have grown up feeding their animals because of what was at one time available in their region. So on the East Coast, orchard grass is very, very popular. And you'll find that orchard grass is very popular in Virginia. Orchard grass grows very, very well in Virginia. So people have a tendency on the East Coast to feed an orchard or an orchard alfalfa mixed. Whereas if you go to, let's say, California, they are more focused on Timothy. And because of some of the content of their water in California, they will prefer not to feed a straight alfalfa because of the increased risk of enteroliths. And it's not because of the calcium level in the alfalfa. It's a combination of what's in the alfalfa and what's in their water source.
Where can people find your forages?
We have a vast list on our website, a dealer network or a retailer network. And if you go to our website, which is Stanley Premium Western Forage, you can just Google that, and it'll pull up our website, which is stanleyforage.com. And you can punch in your zip code and pick the radius that you're willing to travel. And if you are unable to find a dealer or a retailer close to you, then you can contact our corporate office either through our website or you can pick up the phone and call us on our 1-800 number. So we are always more than happy to assist any of the end users to find our product. But we are in every state, with the exception of Alaska, I believe, throughout the United States.
Well, there you go. To listen to more tips on topics ranging from barn care to websites for horse people, go to horsetipdaily.com and look for the topics drop-down menu on the left. If you love listening to the Horses in the Morning gang putting in their 2 cents on all things horse, you can tune in every weekday at horsesinthemorning.com for fascinating interviews, news stories from around the equestrian universe, clever contests, and a general horsey hijinks. And now you can have all of the Horse Radio Network shows with you wherever you go with our free app for iPhone and Android. Just go to your app store and search Horse Radio Network. And don't forget to support our sponsors here on Horse Tip Daily because they really do make these podcasts possible. Today's podcast has been brought to you through the generous support of EquestrianCollections.com. The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements of guests or their opinions. Use your own judgment when listening to the tips provided by the experts on Horse Tip Daily.